What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have beautiful hidden gems in Krakow, Poland. Before we jump in, if you guys happen to enjoy it, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and if you'd like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's dive right in.
Hello and welcome to Krakow, Poland. I think we're starting our guide strong with this hidden gem. It's a coffee rooftop restaurant terrace on the 6th floor of a music academy. There's no sign for it on the door, so we were lucky to find it. A perfect view. The weather's not really on our side, but if you come here on a sunny day, I think it will be perfect, and you can even get some food and some drinks at the bar. Krakow is a beautiful historical city full of culture and cool places that we're about to show you. We walked everywhere, and everywhere we went, we could just tap with our card, so you don't need to worry about exchanging currency, because in Poland, they use Polski zloty. Speaking of that, Krakow is very reasonably priced in terms of the European standards. But let's stop talking about this stuff and let's go discover some cool spots.
Let's do it. That's what I'm here for. Oh my.
If you want to get a good donut in Krakow for breakfast, you gotta look for Dobra Packarnia, which means good donut place. There's multiple of them around the city. One is also on the Royal Way, and we couldn't resist and got one with chocolate and nuts for 7 zloty. So I'm gonna be the judge if it's good or delicious.
Let me see. Oh my god.
Beyond good.
It's so good. Oh my god, it has chocolate inside. I know it legit has to be. I've never had a chocolate-filled donut. Oh my god.
I have sugar everywhere, and I'm really happy.
We are on the outskirts of the old town of Krakow, which you can tell by this little fortress, Barbican, that served to protect the city. And there's a legend, which that board says, that there was a citizen of Krakow and he was protecting the city. And when he ran out of ammo, he actually used a button from his shirt to shoot the person that was attacking the city. And you can see I'm also missing a button.
He ran out of ammo. And he used a button from his shirt to shoot the person. That's got to be the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I guess that's how he did it. It was... Gotcha.
That's wild.
I think the rule or the tip how to find a nice coffee in an old town in Europe is simply that you look inside a building if the door is opened, and if you see a light at the end of the tunnel, most likely there's a little courtyard inside. And usually there's a nice coffee place. So that's exactly what we did and found this Café Żarówka, which is very lovely. And if I would live here, this would be my place to go to.
I love that so much.
If you happen to be on the main square in Krakow on the full hour, you will hear a melody being played by a trumpetist from the church tower. It was used back in the days to signal that they should either open the gates in the morning of the old city or close them. But when you hear the melody now, it doesn't finish, it suddenly cuts off. And the reason for that is to commemorate a moment when this guy was playing a trumpet, but somebody was attacking the city and they shot him in the neck with the arrow, so he couldn't finish the melody. It's a legend. I kind of like it, but I also found a different story that I like much more, and that says that he was playing part of the melody, saying, "Close the gates," and then at the gates they would finish the melody to say, "We got your message and we close the gates." I like the second story much better, but I leave.
I'm gonna go with that second story too, because it just is a nicer story, and I'm a sucker for a happy ending. But y'all talk to me in the comment section. Which one of those is the right story, or are either of them right? What's the situation?
You to decide which one's better.
I love
There's one street food here in Krakow that I was looking forward to try, and that is Obwarzanek, which I heard is a mixture of bagel and a pretzel, two things that I absolutely love. It is here on every corner, sold from these tiny little stands for 2.5 zlotys, so I will sample it. It tastes exactly what you would think from a mixture of a bagel and a pretzel, which is really good. So this is the tower of the old city hall. You cannot see the city hall because it's been destroyed, but there's a model where you can see what it looked like. And you can actually climb the tower for free on Mondays, which is what we just did. But if your expectation is that there's a balcony that you can walk to, unfortunately there's not, so you can only look out through the window. But the biggest experience, I believe, is the staircase up to the top. In the middle of the main square is this hall, which is a cloth hall, cloth market, or it used to be. Nowadays it's mostly just tourist souvenirs, but if you follow the simple rule and look up at the ceiling and on the walls, you will see coat of arms of all the Polish cities, which is kind of a nice exhibition. And if you fancy more of exhibition or a museum, you can go to the upper floor where there's a museum, some paintings on display on permanent exhibition. We're at a place called Barmleki, which is a table tray style cafeteria where they serve local Polish food. And
like a what is it called? A milk cafe or milk bar or something like that, where they do serve Polish cuisine at a very affordable price.
It's a mixture of locals, students, tourists, and workers. And we of course got the Polish pierogi, which I'm very much looking forward to, and some salad. Food's definitely not colorful, so may not look good on camera, but let's not judge it by the looks, but let's judge it by the taste. And price-wise, it was very cheap. I love this kind of food, so I think it's great.
Oh, I want to try a pierogi.
I love how, as we're walking through the city of Krakow, there's like so many restaurants with Michelin stars, but we just picked this one. I like that. One of many popular stops here in Krakow is this Wawel dragon behind me.
That's so cool.
Breathes fire. I mean, fire-breathing dragon. Does your city have that?
I see that in a different video. That is absolutely fantastic, and that is super dope.
Also, a side note, there's a lot of pigeons in Krakow, and I wonder how many times they get roasted up there. Ooh. It has to happen.
It has to happen.
After we walked a bit through the old town and eventually we walked up to the castle and around there, we crossed the river to this place. We're on the riverside, and this weird looking building behind me is Hala Forum. It used to be a hotel, not anymore. It was abandoned for many years, and now they turned it into a place where a lot of people meet. There's food hall, there's beers, there's coffee, there's sweets, there's multiple choices of food. And we were here last night, and it was absolutely perfect. Not only you can chill here and have a perfect view of the castle, but if you're into some bizarre stuff, you can also take a ride on the Krakow Eye or fly in this hot air balloon that is hanging here on this string. Neither of these things interest me, so I'm just gonna grab something here and sit down.
I'd love to fly in the hot air balloon. That would be so freaking cool. Never been in a hot air balloon.
Ciao. By the way, when I said that this was a hotel and you're thinking like, oh, I wish it was a hotel so I could stay on the river with the view, well, you still can because they made this here, and it's a hotel you can stay in on the river and look over the castle. And I believe they call it Wotel because it's water hotel.
Shout out to the Poles. Shout out to the Poles. That's so cool. I want to stay at a hotel.
This behind me looks like a regular hill, but it is actually man-made, and it is named Krakus Mound after the founder of Krakow, the King Krakus. It is surrounded by mystery. They do know it was man-made. They actually digged a hole in the 30s to found artifacts from the 8th century. All I know is that once you climb up, there's a great view of the city, so you should do it as well.
That's so dope. Look at that. Would you look at that?
I guess I don't need to point out that Krakow is a city full of history, and especially history during the Second World War is important to mention here. We've just been to the remainings of the ghetto wall, because there was a Jewish ghetto here during the Second World War, but there was also this factory that is still here, and it's Oskar Schindler's factory. If you haven't heard the name, which I doubt, I suggest you look him up. He's a man who saved hundreds of lives during the Second World War by employing them in his factory. It is now turned into a museum, so if you happen to be here, you can visit, or if you just want to learn more from behind your computer and you have not seen the film Schindler's List, which I doubt again, but still you should definitely watch.
I really need to watch this movie because I haven't, and I always say that I'm going to watch it. I never end up watching it. I really want to see Schindler's List.
We will go to the building next door, because the building next door is Mozak, which is the Museum of Contemporary Art of Krakow. So let's discover that. I understand that if you're younger age, you may say like, contemporary art, Yannick, I'm not gonna go see that. I'm like more of a gamer. I'd like to play some Need for Speed on my computer. Need for Speed? Yeah, they have that here too.
That's dope.
And this, kids, is a life-size crossword puzzle. Bring me a big pen.
That's insane. A life-size crossword puzzle.
This was the modern part of art in Krakow, but we can go deeper into history. We're inside the Czartoryskich Museum, and they have a nice coffee place here, a nice bridge in the interior, and the interior itself is very nice. And also, there's free entrance on Tuesdays. None of these things will probably lure you in, but if I tell you that they have Leonardo da Vinci's Lady with an Ermine, I'm pretty sure you will step in to take a look at it. This is our kind of place. We're at Jídlo daj nám ustáši. Honza got pierogi. I got something called Krakowska whatever. It's a bun filled with meat with sauce. I got okurek, which is a pickle, and we are more than happy.
A bun filled with meat and sauce. Come on, bro. The food. You can't tell I'm a big food person. Like, oh my God. I will die for some good food. I will die. And I want
a little slice of heaven in this hidden gem. If there's one museum that you have to visit in Krakow, it's this Museum of Arcade Games. Yes, it's a museum because they do have games from 1978. That old. Space Invaders, really cool, but they have games that are much cooler than that. You can drive a truck, you can be in a Star Wars fight, you can destroy the Death Star, you can ride on a skateboard, and you can literally fight your friend. We just played a Japanese game with Honza that was actually banned in the United States as people were literally fighting, and we both absolutely love the game. So come here, all the games are for free because you pay for the entry, and then you can play as much as you want, and you can see how excited I am about it. Really cool spots.
Love the fact that you can pay upon entrance and play as much as you want. I really love that. That's so cool.
We're in a district of Krakow that's called Kazimierz, and it's a very cool high district with some cool bars, pubs, cafes. There's always people sitting outside, so I'm very sure you will find a place that will suit you because it is filled with cool places. We are inside an old synagogue, which you can tell by the Hebrew writing here and also by the space, but you can also see that it's not a synagogue anymore. It's a bar that is absolutely amazing looking. They serve Czech beer from a tank, so we can only recommend you to visit, and the space is really something. Also, Honza pointed out the cool clock above the entrance.
Oh!
We are on Plac Nowy, and if there's one food I was looking forward to try here in Krakow, it's Zapikanka. And this building here in the middle of the square is full of little holes in the walls, which only serves Zapikanki. Each one is different. And we were here yesterday with girls that were taking us around. They said, we have to go to this one, it's the best one. But the other girl said, I think they're all exactly the same. Well, there's like 12 different choices. So when you're here with more friends, you can each try different one. They go around, range from 10 to 20 zloty. So the price is very reasonable, and they're quite...
I'm gonna need that carnivore one. I'm gonna absolutely need the carnivore one.
Quite big. So our recommendation is to cut it in half. We shared one with Honza, and we were very full and very, very happy.
Dang.
We are inside the Krakow Philharmonic. Excuse my dress, I'm still a YouTuber. And we happen to be here just in time for the Krakow Film Music Festival. These are the guys who actually invited us to Krakow. And I would like to invite you as well for this festival. You're probably not going to make it in time for tonight's concert, but you can make it next year. We will put a link to this event in the description of our video. And I think we're about to start, so I'm going to sit down and listen to some music. We have made this video together with the city of Krakow. They invited us, more specifically their cultural district. So I hope we gave you enough tips to lure you in, or at least to get you interested. As I always say, we are not locals from Krakow, we're locals from Prague. So the tips were based on our friends, on tips from you, and also the locals that live here. If you want a full list of the tips that we gathered, you can go below in the description. We'll put a link to a map. And if you are a local living in this beautiful city and you want to add something to our list, please do so by writing it in the comments below. So if you are a traveler and you want to see more tips from locals, they will be below in the comments. On a personal note, I do love discovering new cities. This was a first visit for me in Krakow, and I absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait to come back and to enjoy the tips that we shared with you today, and that it was my pleasure to discover them on our own. So I hope to see you somewhere really cool around the world, in Europe, in Krakow, in Prague, or next week on our channel. We're the Honest Guides, which is Honza and Janek. See you next week. And in the end, I'm going to teach you a Polish saying or sentence, and that's how to say if you don't understand something. If a Pole doesn't understand something, if it's foreign to him, he will say, it's like a Czech film for me. Český film. So if they simply don't understand, they're like, oh, it's like Český film for me. And since I'm Czech, I find that very funny. It's not more a language barrier, it's like, it's just confusing. That's Český film.
That was a cool video. So many beautiful gems in Krakow, Poland. Oh my God, I just want to try all the food. But just going around the city, the architecture is beautiful. You saw some really cool things to do while you're in town, like, and everything is just so affordable. That's all we have. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. See y'all next time.